Yeah, none of that was planned. I just kind of did it. All I want to do was backsplash. And then, well, no, I got to trim it. I'm going to make it look fancy. It's going to be real nice. The hell was that?
Your cat.
Cat Damon. That's going to be bad. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Oh, I don't think this has ever happened before on the show.
What did you just do to yourself over there?
Somebody pooped their pants. Somebody shit in my pants. I don't know what happened.
I've heard that excuse before.
Somebody shit in my pants. Well, hey guys, what's going on here? River Sullivan coming at you right here, right now, pre-recorded for your live listening pleasure for yet another episode of Season 3 of This Evening Tonight. And with me here yet again, as always, the man, the myth, the legend, the silver fox of sultry sippings of coffees, vigorous breaths of vape.
Oh, wait, that's me. All right, cool.
Scott.
Hey.
Hello, Scott. How are you?
I'm all right.
Good, yeah. We're all right. And speaking of all right, let's get right into it and talk about today's coffee. Today's coffee is the Bourbon Spirit-Infused Coffee, brought to you by the Fire Department Coffee Company, which is apparently made by firefighters. And so we say here, as the bag likes to tell us, it's a handcrafted small batch, full-flavored, bourbon spirit-infused, medium roast.
Oh, it's full, all right.
It says the best bourbon, like the best coffee, goes down easy every time. This is the best of both worlds. Thanks to our signature spirit-infused process, you can enjoy the sweet taste of barrel-aged bourbon any time of day. Two of your favorite flavors have finally come together. It's bold, it's smooth, it's just right. Well, with that, we've already had a few sips. I'm going to have one more just for posterity. Oh. Okay. Pluses. It's robust. It definitely lets you know that it's coffee and it's got bourbon in it at some point. But I don't believe it was built for a French press. Wow, that's really messing with me. I think it's just built mainly for the auto drip. Like, we drank this in the auto drip, and it was different. Running this through a French press, no offense to the firefighters, man. I love what you do, but this through the French press, it's our worst coffee.
It's a bit much.
to date.
We'll say that. It's a bit much.
Now, through the auto drip, the flavor's different. Like, I kind of enjoyed it through the auto drip. I don't, in terms of how we're testing our coffees here every week, guys, that's running it through a French press. And with that, I'm sorry, but you got it. You're bottom of the barrel right now, fellas. French press only. This stuff, auto drip only.
Yeah, it's kind of jumps up there and smacks you in the face.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, it's, now, like the firefighters working the long shifts, man, you might want something this stout. Like, it's stout, don't get me wrong. Like, after...
Oh, yeah, I'd drink it.
Maybe after hard nights of celebrating, of various things. We'll get into that later, that you might need something to kick you in the ass and wake you up a little bit. Oh, I'm going to keep drinking this whole cup, though, because, man, we made it, and I'm invested in it. And maybe it'll grow on me.
I mean, coffee's coffee.
Yeah.
And strong's not always a bad thing, but if we're going strictly on taste...
Yeah. The taste is definitely not what I'm used to. I'll drink a dark roast coffee. Like, that's definitely what this says, medium roast, but it came through the French press, just dark. I used to drink those kinds of coffees all the time. Like, it's the only way I would enjoy it. But now I like a nice light and medium roast because I drank dark coffee for way too long to where it affected my stomach. Like, I was getting like ulcers and stuff from it because it was just eating through my stomach lining.
Are you talking about a period where we used to work together a lot?
Yeah. I mean, we used to work on those midnight shifts together, and I used to pack that coffee filter just full of grounds and call it good. And then I learned what coffee was supposed to taste like, and I've never looked back.
How many pots do you think we killed tonight? At least one, probably?
At least one or two in an 8-hour shift.
Yeah. Those are the days.
So,
lay this news on me. I want to hear it.
All right, so the little bit of news so far. So we looked at the analytics for the show, and analytics were actually doing pretty average. We're averaging like 30 or 40 downloads a day, which, it's more like 30 to 50 downloads a day. Last month, we only had 99 downloads for the month, which I was like, hey, I'm down with that, 3 a day. Now we're up to 590.
We missed a week last month, though, didn't we?
We did.
Yeah.
We're up to 590 in a span of 30 days right now.
What is happening right now?
I don't know. We're up 496% according to the algorithm.
Something's crazy.
Very happy with that. But I also logged in here today, and the boys at Sounder said, hey, guess what? You're in the running for monetization.
What's monetization?
Meaning we get to get some sponsorships.
What?
Yeah.
Look at you doing big
Maybe
things.
we'll be talking about Harry's Razors or something one day. I don't know. Duke Cannon, it's me, River. If you're out there, I could really use some more of your your wonderful soaps. I would talk about them all day. Well, maybe not all day, but at least a good solid 30 seconds. If you guys listened to the last episode, I pretty much was all over the Duke's meat because I enjoy their products very, very much.
Nerd.
Oh, I love it.
But I can't be too bougie because, for as much crap as I gave you, I did discover that I had been partaking in some products like that unbeknownst to myself.
Mm-hmm.
So, have you ever heard of Zoom Bar?
Zoom Bar.
They're goat's milk. So,
oh, yeah?
Yeah, all natural. So, I've been using these things for quite a while. That's what I keep up on the bathroom counter there. I like it. Smells nice. Feels good,
Mm-hmm. It's like that delicious cedar wood.
I've never bought them myself, but I get them as a present normally once a year
Mm-hmm.
from the same person that keeps giving them to me. And I had a pile full of them in my drawer. And I got to look and it's like, all natural milk. Oh, okay. I guess I am a little bit bougie.
Good.
Like me some lavender soap.
Hey, you walked in, I had a lavender diffuser running in the main area of the house. So
Yeah.
it's nice. It's calming. It's good for the dog because he's a German Shepherd with extremely sensitive skin. And whenever it gets cold and we start running the fireplace, the good old BS fireplace there, that his skin it's like it's snowing whenever you pet him. Like it just flakes off of him. So you get a little bit of lavender in that diffuser and he just bask in it while he's asleep. And I'll usually angle the diffuser so it just piles on him, just blows a velvety cloud all over his body.
Well, all right then.
All right, just give my dog just velvety cloud loads and oils.
That's good news though.
Yeah.
I mean, apparently you're doing something right.
Now we're doing something right because the show doesn't work without a second. So
Hey, I'm just here for the coffee, man. I really feel bad. I feel like I should dedicate more time to actually sitting in here with you and learning how to edit it and figuring out these talking television boxes and whatnot.
the TV box and the moving pictures. No, you don't want to do that because then eventually I'll be like, hey, Scott, I need you to edit this episode. And I hope you got 4 or 5 hours just to clip it. And then you got to take an additional 30 minutes to clean it.
I don't have 4 or 5 hours to do nothing
And then
anymore.
it's probably like 30 minutes or so to make the thumbnails, and because I'm using that high dollar Microsoft Paint.
So where are we at with your fancy new mic? We're not.
I meant to plug it in. Yeah, I forgot. I was using that Shure SM7B here for the show, and I actually really enjoy it. And I got all the clicky stuff that was going on with it. I got that figured out. But when I do my my voice auditions, I like to go back to the Audio Technica that I'm using right now because it has more of a dynamic range.
More warmth.
Oh no, the Shure has got a lot of warmth. Like that's all you feel is it's very warm, and you get all the baritone, all the low range stuff.
Okay.
Because my voice is a little bit deeper, but with this, it captures the full range. I got a guy coming in tomorrow that had to pretty much manufacture me some planks.
You're paying it for wood?
Yeah, paying a man
All
for
right.
480 feet of wood. I got a bunch of 2x12s, and they're all 12 foot long. Got 40 of them. And it's going for that wood building for the the keep the BS fireplace fed and happy. I got close to 10,000 pounds of red oak in there now, so I want to protect it. So I'm planking everything on the outside.
Oh yeah.
So I got the front half that is getting planked because there's nothing there. It's just kind of like a big open barn looking thing, except there's just no walls on it. It's just a roof. Well, the back half where all the wood is planked, and then there's like 3-inch gaps though and everything. And I can't get that wood out of there because it was rough cut, and they drilled it in there when it was pretty much still green. And then over, I guess, however long they had it there, when it dried out and shrank, it's just like fused. I even bought that brand new hammer drill, and they're not budging. Luckily, they're all planked on the inside, so I'm just going to plank everything on the outside and just cover over it, so it'll be extra strang. Yeah, the back half is going to cover up and protect the wood. I got my solar lights in there with the exterior paneling, so that'll all be illuminated on the inside, so you'll be able to see at night. And then, after the front half gets covered, I'm graveling the entire front half there, tamping it down, leveling it. And I got that 48-inch, 4-foot long, about 2.5 feet wide raised fire pit. Propane, though. I'm not running wood because it'll start fires. A loose spark gets off in there and goes into
Probably
a few tons of red oak. Especially when you live right next to a state forest. Not going to be good. I don't want to be that next nail in the 2020 coffin, so...
Don't want to be that guy.
But it's going to be like, I'm doing it like a Viking longhouse style in the front. So you have the fire pit in there, some bench-style seating mounted into the walls, and then probably some of those flame LED lights, on the outside, really, really church it up. And, the front, though, will still be uncovered for now until I get more wood. And, God, the price of wood right now. I went to Lowe's and looked at 2x10s or 2x12s. And it was like $38 a board.
What?
Supply and demand.
Wow.
Everybody, because of the COVID, everybody's indoors, everybody's at home, everybody's doing home projects and improving the values of their homes because they can't go out. Well, screw it. I guess I'll get creative. Which, I'm doing that thing in the wood building. You saw what we're doing to the fireplace. I need to do more footage for the episodes. Once I get the fireplace complete, we'll redo that footage for YouTube instead of just having the old fireplace footage I have on there.
So you've been using the same footage the whole entire time?
Yeah. It's a fire.
I love the fact that as your show evolves, so does your fireplace.
I don't know. Maybe it'll be the season 4 fireplace, or I'll probably just update it, as soon as it's ready.
It's a thing.
But yeah. Oh yeah. The BS fireplace got an upgrade, guys. I did. It's going to take 5, 6, probably 7 panels, 2 foot by 2 foot of this polished copper tin style paneling that I put up all along the backsplash to really refract the heat. Not only does it look nice, but it will, function over the form of it. But then the track lighting is getting installed.
But then there's more.
Yeah, where all that stone works at, there's a lip up there, and I'm mounting track lighting to really just bounce the light across the stone. It'll have a really nice look to it. It'll be like Christmas right there in that corner every time it comes on. Maybe I'll just wrap Christmas lights around the stovepipe. We'll put all the presents, inside the wood burner or under it. Yeah. Put a little bit of mistletoe in there, let it burn. Yeah. Oh man, yeah, home improvement. Just it's a white knuckle thrill ride.
I love that you put so much thought into everything.
I do, because I told her, I said because I wasn't going to do lighting. Because I'm still waiting on a panel, and I need a piece of another panel to complete the backsplash, and then I got a roll of 50 foot of aluminum, it's like 1/8 of an inch thick, real thin.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just going to use that and snip it and create a trim out of it. I'm going to lay it flat, paint it flat black, put it up along the edges, and then tap it in with decorative brass antique screws. Give it a riveted and more of an antique industrial look to it. And then the track lighting I was going to mount, and I just couldn't figure it out. And then I went, oh, yeah, I could put it under the lip. I'd written off track lighting as of yesterday, and then I just I was cleaning the fireplace out today and restocking my wood supply for indoors, and just went, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Because it just dawned on me. I looked at that lip. I was like, son of a bitch, it's so simple. But yeah.
Well, I have nothing right now.
The thing with the tubes.
And the Hyperloop. Okay. Yeah, we can do that.
All right. So I see here, Scott, there was an article you directed me to here that we got a little bit of stuff going on here in the Mountain State, like Jim Justice signing off on the Virgin Hyperloop for right here in the good old state of West Backyard, Virginia, a $500 million certification center and test track for the billionaire Richard Branson super high-speed travel system. Let's see. I heard they were laying it on like an old coal mine, like a decommissioned coal mine.
I do believe it is.
Let's see. The center would be the first U.S. regulatory proving ground for a Hyperloop system designed to whisk floating pods packed with passengers and cargo through vacuum tubes at 600 miles an hour or faster. Branson had announced the decision in a press conference on Thursday, joined virtually by the U.S. Transportation Department Secretary Elaine Chao, the state's Republican Governor Jim Justice, and U.S. Senators from West Virginia's Shelley Moore Capito, a Republican, and Joe Manchin, the Democrat. Today, we lay the foundation for commercial deployment and operations across the United States of America and beyond, the company's chief executive, Jay Walder, told reporters. And I'm getting all this from Reuters.com. So they're saying this Hyperloop is going to use magnetic lev, so maglev, to allow near-silent travel. A trip between New York City and Washington, which I'm guessing they mean Washington, D.C., would take just 30 minutes.
Correct.
Twice as fast as a commercial jet flight and 4 times faster than a high-speed train. Construction is slated to begin in 2022 on the site of a former coal on the site of a former coal mine in Tucker and Grant counties, West Virginia, with safety certification by 2025 and commercial operations by 2030. Hey, 5 years before I'm eligible to retire, so see you in a decade.
I love that they put that Big Jim had to sign off on it like he had anything to do with it.
I want to see him do. He just shows up in his rascal scooter with his Crocs on, you know. Now, all the king's horses.
I approve this.
This is going to be a tsunami multiplied by a monster. Sponsored by Bob Evans.
The crazy thing is I don't hate the guy. He's a Big Jim.
Oh, I love Jim Justice. I love it.
He just does Big Jim things.
Did I show you the Jim Justice song?
No, you did not.
Oh, yeah, there's a Jim Justice song. What was it? It was based on the song You Don't Mess Around with Jim. Let me find it. I actually subscribed to this guy because of it. Need to give him a shout out. Goes by the handle of Brian Harris. Brian's got 64 subscribers right here on YouTube.
I wonder if he's even a West Virginia resident.
Yeah, pretty sure he is. Oh, God. COVID-19 ad. All right. Follow the guidelines.
I like it, but that's not what I thought it would be. Like I was hoping to be like a mashup of all the things he said.
No, like it's an actual song. Yeah, you don't mess around with Jim.
God bless him.
Yeah. I think I even commented on this guy. Yeah, loving the song. Oh, so good.
But anyway, Hyperloop. Thoughts?
I like it. It's terrifying, and I can't wait for the first crash.
See, now, I'm excited about it, but I'm also balancing that with a healthy dose of skepticism of anything that's announced in West Virginia. You know, if it'll actually happen or not.
Yeah, 600 miles an hour using maglev, so you're going to have some serious electromagnets on this. So, traveling at that high speed, my money is we're going to use it in the coal industry.
Could be.
Coal transport.
Which is not necessarily a bad idea. I mean, I know a lot of environmentalists don't like to hear that.
Well, see, I get it because Green New Deal. They don't want to have the airlines anymore, so you have a pneumatic railroad that can travel just as fast. But what is powering the electromagnetism on it? Because maglev requires electricity.
That's a good question. I mean, I think the coal industry is probably going to go by the wayside, regardless of any politics.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's something we probably still need to keep in our energy portfolio to some degree. But, you know, I mean, all these power companies and power plants all the time are announcing, like, expansions into solar and wind and other things.
See, this is one thing I've noticed that I'm trying to also figure out here is, well, not really trying to figure out. I mean, I get it. West Virginia always gets picked for like these not really high risk, but anytime that there's some form of transportation, I've noticed it wants to get seriously tested They picked this state. Japan, back in like the 80s and 90s, built the PRT that they have in Morgantown, that public rapid transit, those little electric cars that zip along the tracks with their tires and everything that run all the college kids to and fro. Japan put that in to test it because of our climate, because of the mountainous climate and the terrain. We can get really bad summers, we can get really bad winters up here, so they picked it to see as a test.
Right.
So I'm guessing that's what they're doing here as well, you know.
I don't know. Maybe
I mean, there were 17 states.
maybe Senator Byrd's still doing some work from up above. I don't know.
Yeah, because it said there were 17 states total that applied for this, and we got picked.
Yeah, it is kind of odd.
Which I'm not mad at it, because hey, hopefully it'll bring jobs into the state, and it could give us a leg up, you know, on having we had it here first, and so that would be like where your first hub is built, I would assume.
Not necessarily. I mean, I'm like I said, I'm balancing it with a heavy dose of skepticism. I mean, it may not amount to anything, you know. Like
I think it will, just because, I mean, aircraft takes so much to maintain.
I like to think so too. I think it'll be like the new railroad, so to speak. Like, who knows how it may change our society?
Will it be built on the backs of immigrants?
I mean, it very well could be.
Because I mean, that was pretty much your Irish and Chinese and like Africans, like all the immigrants that weren't too well liked back then were the ones that built the railroad.
Well, I mean, there was a lot of immigrants in this state that mined the coal that
you want to talk
fueled
about
the industrial revolution, in the country.
And really also showcase the great man-made racial divide. To get the tinfoil hat on.
Oh,
the Great West Virginia Coal Mine Riots.
Yeah, that was what,
1800s?
Yeah, I mean, it started in the late 1800s on into the 30s. Yeah.
So to give people a brief history lesson on that, a lot of people talk about, we're going to talk, just kind of segue into this just a little bit. A lot of people are talking about how woke everybody is, and there's this great racial divide that's been going on in this country. Maybe it's just because I'm ignorant or an idiot, or it just was never really prevalent in my life. But I never noticed this great racial divide that the news is telling me about. I got friends of all makes and models, all 50,000 shades of whatever skin color we are. Never experienced that. And then there was something that happened back in the 1800s with the coal mine industry. So you had the African workers and you had the Irish, and they both hated each other because there was racism back then. But then they started to realize, they went, man, we're making the same money, we're living in the same shit conditions. Why the hell do I hate you? I know who we should be hating: the bosses.
Correct.
And then they kind of started to come together. And then the company came down, took the Irish guys, said, hey, Irish guys, come on over here. And they took them over to a new little camp they'd made with brand new housing or tents or whatever they had there. But it was nicer than what they had before. And then they paid them just a little bit more, enough to make them happy, that where they're like, oh, wow, they gave them a raise. And the African guys didn't get anything. And then what happened?
History.
Then they just got divided again. Then they started rioting. All because of a man-made scenario that shouldn't have happened. Because I, amongst many other people, I believe yourself included, we all believe in equality. But instead of blaming the person that got more, and if you're the person that has less, why not blame the people that should have given you both more? You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And those companies, those mining companies back in those days, and especially the security companies that they would hire, such as Baldwin and Felts, they were notorious for exploiting any kind of divisiveness they could. They would go so far as to put people in the camps of both. You know, like whether it was, your basic American or the immigrants or the African Americans, and plant the seeds of discord. They would go and be like, hey,
do you think it's possible that could be happening now?
Oh, absolutely. I know
What?
it is.
No.
I don't think I know.
They wouldn't lie to us. They wouldn't.
I mean, my thoughts on that. And I happen to think, And I don't mean to offend anybody. And if you believe opposite of me, I respect that. But I believe there's a whole industry that revolves around victim politics. I mean, you always got to ask yourself, who stands to gain financially from whatever it is we're discussing?
And that goes with both sides, too. Who stands to gain from this? But there's always something to be gained, even if you lost.
Yeah. So sometimes...
Not from where you're standing, though, on the ground. Like us, like regular people.
Sometimes you just have to take a step back and look at the bigger picture.
The big picture.
Calm down, realize we're all people.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if you guys notice, we keep preaching that a bunch here because we're big humanists. We try to believe in people over politics, but too many people, everybody gets wrapped up in it. You watch enough of it on the news, you read about more of it, and you just get you all spun up. And depending on your particular water hole you're going to drink from, depends on the flavor you get back. Whatever aftertaste you're feeling determines how it is that some people act. Determines how it is that they are going to react to whatever's going on in the world or whatever they want to believe or are being told or being fed. We really went off the deep end here just now.
Yeah, but absolutely. I make it a regular habit whenever I start feeling a certain way about something.
To step back and try to seek out media that is the opposing viewpoint. I do the same thing.
Just to keep myself in check. Just so you're not fueling that fire,
Whether it's true or not, it comes down for me is it'll balance out the emotion. Because what you're going for your flavor might be complete and utter bullshit that's getting you spun up, but then you watch the opposite end that could also be complete and utter bullshit, but it grounds you to go, you know what, we really don't know hardly anything from what we're told. I mean, we're only told what how to put it. We only learn from the news what it is that is disseminated to us.
And you got to keep in mind that the news is a business. It's not like back in the olden days where they actually had a genuine concern
they just
for keeping the public informed.
Just, hey, here's what happened today.
Yeah. And I've seen this firsthand. I have seen the media report something that was completely different on the ground. I've seen it firsthand more than once.
Well, I know you can tell, too, more than most, is the news that we get here stateside versus the news that you'll see overseas.
Yes, they will make a story out of anything.
Yeah, but it's completely pretty much uncensored outside of here.
Absolutely.
This is like, I know guys that were in Syria and Iraq and Afghanistan, they said, you watch the news over there, there's a lot of shit going on that you'll never know about over here in the States just because they don't want people to know, which I get.
Absolutely.
I watch this episode will get flagged for something now.
Oh, God, here we go. No, all we're saying is people be objective. Think outside yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can hold your values and keep true to those values, but at the same time, try to see things from other people's point of view. Just keep on keeping on.
And trust in the Hyperloop.
Big Jim has signed off on it, so
Big Jim will save us.
I hope that does get off the ground because I see a lot of potential in that.
I mean, it really will get off the ground. It is magnetic levitation.
Oh, you smart guy.
So what about these teachers?
Oh, God.
I heard you were bitching about some teachers, huh?
So if you're a teacher in the state of West Virginia, and God bless you, I know you're underpaid and overworked.
They're severely underpaid. I was going to be a teacher.
Yeah.
I had my secondary teaching diploma and everything. I was going to go teach English lit. Then I found out what they made, and I went, nah.
I do feel for them. God bless you. But at the same time, I feel like they always have a gripe. At least our union does. And this whole COVID thing is driving me absolutely insane.
So in West Virginia, though, the schools, we're open now, aren't we?
No.
I thought the counties were green and everybody can go to school.
You'd like to think that, wouldn't you?
That's what I was informed by the news.
Yeah.
That's what the talkie box told me.
So different counties are doing different things. I'm assuming to go along with Big Jim's map.
Yeah.
I know they're suing him over the map because they're saying that he's skewing things in too positive a way to open schools back up for sports and whatnot.
It's too happy. I don't trust it.
We got to keep it shut down. Keep our teachers safe.
This 2020, no positivity allowed this year. We're saving it for next year. It's going to be the greatest year ever.
It seems like the county I'm in, which shall remain nameless, they can't come up with the long-term plan. So therefore, my kids are stuck going 2 days a week, and the rest is I guess, homeschool. I guess you want to call it that, virtual distance learning.
Homeschool.
But see, this is the thing. My better half works from home, all except for 1 day a week.
Mm-hmm.
What these teachers fail to realize is she actually works. She's in video conferences and teleconferences all day long, like meetings. Like she doesn't have time to sit there and help my son get onto Google Classrooms or whatever, you know. If the kids can't figure it out on their own, which they're not at the age they can, they're just sitting there all day. So that leaves us with 2 or 3 hours in the evening to get a full day's, whatever the teacher deems a full day's worth of work done.
Mm-hmm.
Plus your basic household stuff. So it is very stressful.
I believe it.
You know,
I saw a picture of the Capri Suns that for homeschooling this year. It had a little, this little mini bar size like Bacardi thing shoved into the side of it, like tilted upside down and like taped into the corner of it, and the straw just like, homeschool is wonderful.
And I mean, different teachers are doing different things, but like they'll put out an ungodly amount of work on a Sunday night. I mean, they won't do it on Friday to where we can get it done over the weekend or at least work on it. So it'll post Sunday, do Wednesday or Thursday morning when they come back to class.
I want to say that was like a clerical error. Like they should have done it on Friday, but they didn't.
No.
It's designed that way.
I don't.
Jesus.
It's very frustrating and aggravating.
So has it sunk in though with your kids that with all this going on, they really don't get a snow day at all this year?
No.
Since it's all from home. No more snow day, son. No.
I don't know, but like it's funny to hear them like they gripe more about COVID than I do. So I guess I've rubbed off on them.
They want to be outside. They want to go do things. They want to hang out with their friends.
Yeah. It's gotten to the point where we're really considering private school right now because they're actually going to school full time.
Yeah, I heard like the charter schools and everything are like they're flourishing.
Yeah. And I think these teachers, their union in particular, need to be careful or they're going to push too many people in that direction.
They're going to do what the Detroit Automotive Workers Union did to Detroit. They put themselves out of a job and they bankrupted a city, and then they lost all their pension because the city had no money left.
And, you know, like I said, God bless if you're a teacher. I'm not criticizing you too much. But, I mean, it is what it is.
Hmm. Yeah, I know, like, my nephews, my brother's kids, he's got 3 boys, and, like, they're pretty much all in school or supposed to be. And this COVID stuff's gone on for so long that they're they're completely done with playing video games for the most part. Like, I never thought you'd hear about a kid that just, I can't play any more Fortnite.
Right.
I want to go do something. I want to learn.
Like, it goes back to what I was saying that this, whether it's intentional or not, this pandemic has slowly dehumanized us.
Mm-hmm.
Like, as human beings, we need social interaction. We need human touch. It's been chemically proven, you know. We just can't keep on going this way.
No, we can't. We need it.
Oh, here you go with your
put my COVID
divider.
shield up in front. Man, that thing's filthy. Am I peeing
I
on
think
this
you might
thing?
be better off with without it. But that's all. That's my rant.
But, you know, speaking of being all gamed out, I downloaded something you've been asking about that I got into to play because I don't know, most people that know us know that we're big fans of the games, and one of our favorite games to play was like Skyrim and Oblivion, Elder Scrolls, that whole thing. I just downloaded for $7.99 Elder Scrolls Online.
Tell me about it.
It's not bad. Have you played it?
I bought it when it very first came out, and I played it for like a half hour and got turned off by it instantly.
I heard it sucked when it first came out, so I never touched it. It originally was going to cost like $15.99 a month.
Right.
But now it's subscription free, and they have like the Crown store or whatever. You can buy shit there. You know, you buy your expansion packs. That's what's keeping them in business. So I bought it. Got myself a Breton, you know, regular ass looking dude, but I made him like old. He kind of looks like an old version of Floki from Vikings.
Mm-hmm.
He's got the eyeshadow, but like white hair.
So he's a reachman.
Yeah. He's
right, I see what you did there.
He's also a sorcerer. I'm going for the full on battle mage.
Reachman.
I like it. Like I'm really enjoying it because the spells already are fantastic. I was like, ice wall, like yes. Like so, I got my buddy Nathan playing with me, and he's full on just axes and shit like that. How to put this? I've been so busy with everything with the show, and then my other job, and then doing auditions and all that other crap, and then there's the homeowner stuff. Then I don't have time to invest a lot in these heavy games like that because that is, wow, is it slow just to get geared up for everything and make sure everything's squared away and ready to go. And the size of the world, it's just gigantic. I just got the regular version. I didn't download like the latest expansion they had for it. I mean, because it was like Cyrodiil, Tamriel, and then there's like Morrowind, and that's just in the base game.
Oh, really?
Like it's huge. And then there's more expansions. There's like 3 other expansions you can buy for it right now.
I'm going to get this game just so we can do the Skyrim expansion.
That's a thing too, son of a bitch.
Yes. Grey Marsh, I think it's called.
Yeah, Greymore. That's
but it's from what I understand, it's only part of Skyrim. It's what was that town? Solitude. But it does have Bleak Reach.
Does it have? Oh,
yeah.
I just need another hand to touch the beacon, and I need to. What is it, Moria or whatever? But I want to get Dawnbreaker back.
Don't we all?
I want Dawnbreaker so bad.
So basically what you're telling me is if I play with you guys, I have to be an elf, an archer of some sort?
Well, no, there's like factions. You have to pick a faction.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
Or you have to pay extra to go without a faction.
So which one did you guys do?
I don't know. I got the Breton, and I think my buddy picked an orc. Save like, and I think
Daggerfall Covenant?
I think so.
So I can't be a Nord and be with you guys?
Or you pay money for the faction list. I don't know how much that costs because I wasn't paying attention. I was just like,
I can do that.
I want a Breton just so I can do the magic and look,
I can be a Viking for hire.
I like it. But yeah, it's I'm having a lot of fun with it. I've already been creeping around stealing everything.
Like my oldest.
Yeah. I need these cups. I can get 1 coin for each cup.
I can get a horse. Don't judge me.
Oh, dude, it's not just horses. There's a guy riding a bear.
Yeah. I saw
that.
I've
walked by. I'm like, that's a fucking bear. There's a guy riding a tiger, like Joe Exotic, just running around.
I was watching that in like the videos for the Skyrim expansion. Like they had like snow leopards and whatnot, or snow tigers. I don't know.
Yeah, this dude had a snow tiger. I was like, oh, that's a whale. Yeah, it's just the people with the money for all the expansions right now. I'm not on that. Yeah, not yet. I'm just investing my time in it because I know it's a huge game.
So how is the gameplay? Like, is it an huge open world?
Yeah, pretty much. And there's like, from your map is like the continent, then you zoom out to the country, then you zoom out to the world, and then there's like 3 or 4 different continents, and then like a bunch of countries inside of them, and then like your local area.
See, now what turned me off about that is when I first played it, it was just I don't even remember seeing like an overall map of the world. I just got put into this very small playable area. I have no idea where I was or what my quest really was. And it was just like a free-for-all with like just random players going around.
That's that they killed that. You start off in like your own little separate area for like the tutorial. You get done with that, you get on a boat, and then you arrive at the mainland wherever. And I guess it's kind of instance to wherever you end up. Like I started in one area, and then my buddy started in another. I was like, where are you? He said, oh, I'm over here. I'm like, oh, that's a whole different country.
Hammerfell.
And like, I think he was in Hammerfell, and I was in...
Cyrodiil?
No, it wasn't Cyrodiil. It was very marshy.
Black Marsh. Argonian land?
Might have been. Had a different name. It was like Hivarfell.
Hellsmar? Was the one in Skyrim?
I don't know. I'm not that versed in it. Like, I don't remember all of it.
What was the name of that one in Skyrim? Hellmarsh? I don't know. Edit that out.
Yeah, I don't know. But it's very good. Having a lot of fun with it because the spells are very instant. Like you program all the buttons, and I was like, oh, this is actually fun. Like me and him already went into a Dwemer ruin. And had to fight a bunch of little robot crabs. Had to help some orc that couldn't fight, and had to actually fight mud crabs, which are like just little crabs, like a crustacean crab that you would eat.
Right.
Nothing crazy. I was like, that's it. And he kept dropping his sword. You have to pick up his sword and help him fight. But yeah, that was it.
I'm kind of excited about that now.
It is it's very, very fun.
You can download it on the PlayStation Network.
Yeah. That's where I got it.
Like to do that.
Yes. I'm going to play it tonight here. She goes to bed. I'm going to get geared up for raiding. I got to get an actual headset, though. The only one I got right now is wired, so I have to sit in a dining room chair like 3 feet from the TV.
I'd do the same thing. Mine's wired. It's an okay headset, but...
I love it, but yeah, it's... the chair gets uncomfortable after a while. I want to get wireless, which I hate because you always got to recharge them or change batteries or whatever, but...
I'm right there with you. I wheel the old lady's office chair over to the TV. Sitting there just like this.
My office chair would wheel right down. That'd be nice.
But then you start getting uncomfortable and trying to find places to put your feet.
Well, see, that's why I want the wireless, though, just because, God, I could kick my feet up. Oh, it'd be wonderful. Well, guys, looks like we're all out of time here for this episode. I am your host, River Sullivan, and this is This Evening Tonight, and with me, as always, Scott.
Yup.
But hey, don't forget all the other different ways here that you guys can listen. Check us out on the big-ass list of Amazon, TuneIn, iHeart Radio, Stitcher, Spotify, Sounder, Google Podcast, iTunes, and right there on the good old-fashioned YouTube if you want to watch the BS fireplace crackling in the background. But thanks for tuning in. Thanks for stopping by. And until we see you guys here again next time on the show, peace out.
Y'all come back now, you hear?